Well, good evening, TikTok. How is everyone doing this fine? Wednesday. It's still Wednesday. I have to remember that it's still Wednesday. Good evening, and welcome to the night pour. Here we calm down for the day and take it in and move slow, right? Discuss what went on, what didn't go on, what could go on, what should go on, and have fun in the meantime. Let's see, you're supposed to share this out to people. Let's see how that works. Okay. Hey, Demetria, how are you? Good evening. So we're going to talk about the small habits, the small wellness habits that I did to stay grounded through my cancer journey, right? And normally, I have notes so I can stay on track. Well, I didn't feel like I needed notes for this because I still do that every day. So I didn't feel like I needed notes. But before we get into that, I want to share some good news, right? And this segues into the topic, okay? Now, backstory. Beginning of this month for August, Lord Jesus, something good must go happen in August. We done skipped 6 months. Lord have mercy. Anyway, it's March 2026. So at the beginning of March, I did a 7-day fast because I had some things before God that I needed a little help with, right? I was talking to him. I was telling him about different things, right? And I got some answers. I got some strategies, right? Some guidance, some ordered steps. And I'm going to tell you, when you are obedient to the ordered steps that God has given you, thank you for all the lovely gifts, Nikki. Thank you so much. Y'all tap, 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 tap. So on with my good news. So today, I knew something good was going to happen today. I really did, because I had a really good dream. And I was excited about today so much, I didn't even sleep good because I was excited about today. Now, the only thing I had going on today that was on my calendar was I went and I had my chemo shot, right? Got there, got checked in, got seen ASAP. I didn't get my nurse reader, but I got another new nurse, and she was so sweet. She was like, okay, we're through. I'm like, we through? I didn't realize I had got the shot. She didn't hurt it. Then I was back home, right? Took a little cat nap, came back, did my live, and I want you to know ordered steps. Now, I think I shared last week that I was only like 20 something people away from being monetized on Facebook. Because, we monetized over here on TikTok because we go live. How come today? This is since I've hit the live button here. This is just today. We're not talking about yesterday because nothing really happened in this category yesterday. I got 42 new followers on Facebook that took me into my monetization on Facebook. Can you say new income stream? All because I waited and I listened and followed the steps that God gave me. Not only that, I download anything I do live because over on I'm not supposed to say Facebook, I don't think. Well, I'm not telling you to go over there, so I think I'm okay. I download my videos even from here on TikTok, and I upload them to YouTube because they don't last forever on those platforms, right? Hey, Brianna, thank you for the gifts and the all the little stuff that you do. Thank you. I got 5 new followers. And that's not a lot over on YouTube, but it's 5 from our morning pours that I do, and I save and upload over there. So God is setting up the ordered steps. All you got to do is follow the ordered steps, and he starts showing up. So I'm excited about that. And I'm excited to see what else he gonna do with all of that. With all of that. So I'm excited about that. I don't know if you're excited about it, but I'm excited about it because I wasn't seeing no movement. I wasn't seeing nothing happening, but I was still showing up. And that's part of those small habits that help you stay grounded. Routines. I'm a big proponent of having routines. I am not a fly by the night seat of my pants kind of girl. Now I can flow with change because I do understand life be life, and sometimes you gotta roll with the punches. But I like routine. I like checklists. I like knowing what I'm gonna be doing for the day, even if I have to change it, right? So I like routines. I like good routines that I can keep up with. So that's one of the things that helped me stay grounded through that cancer journey in the beginning. And one, I was still working. I was still working full time, even when I was going through intravenous chemo, which thank God I don't have to do that anymore, because that was, I promise you, that was from the pit of hell. It was. It was. It was. It just was. And it is. Now was, but is. And I pray for every time I go to the infusion center, for anybody who has to get an infusion type chemo, I pray for them because it's horrible. And it makes you feel so bad. Right? So routines. Routines are things that help you know where you're going. That way you don't be confused, because when you're dealing with a chronic illness or a difficult situation in life, relationships or job loss, something, right? Having a routine can keep your mind a little stable so that you're just not all over the place, right? And then the other thing is staying hydrated. Y'all like my pretty cup? My sister better than yours. She gave me this. I got my hydro cup full of nice ice cold filtered water. So good and refreshing. Because I notice when I stay hydrated more, I'm not as that's the only word I can think of is when I stay hydrated, I feel better. And I can tell when I am not hydrated because I feel like crap. That's another good word instead of crap. Feel like crap. Stay hydrated. And then the other part of my little wellness habits that help me stay grounded was good supplements. I have the best supplements that I use that keep me healthy. Matter of fact, you know what? Hold, please. I went out today and I haven't taken my extra NutriBurst. When I leave the house, and especially when I'm on the train, public transportation, and then going to the doctor office, because sick people go to the doctor's office, right? So I always take an extra one on those days. So let me take my extra NutriBurst. So hold, please. Don't go nowhere. Just stay right there. Got to get those nutrients and those vitamins. So yes, I have the best supplements that keep my nutrition up. Got another new follower. Hey, that keep my energy up, that helps me control my appetite. And then I also have my herbal teas. And tomorrow I'm actually, and this is the crazy part, I had already said coming back home on the train that I needed to do a separate live about my herbal teas that I use. Well, that's where I'm getting most of my new followers from, is the herbal teas. And when I'm talking about the NutriBurst, they're the people who are now wanting to follow me because they want to hear about this NutriBurst. Yeah, they ask about the other products, but they mostly are asking about this NutriBurst and the herbal teas. So I'm gonna do an extra live tomorrow talking about the teas, because once I decided to be my own advocate for my health, I did a lot of research, and it took me, I guess, about a year of researching the best herbalists, the most respected herbalists, the ones who really care about their products, reading people's testimonials, researching the herbs that they use. And that's when I found Herbal Renaissance. You know, I already knew about TLC. I've been affiliated with them for over 11 years, so I'm cool with them. I know they're good. I knew putting them back in my life would be, bang on, right? But I also wanted to be proactive in my health. Doctors are good for what doctors do, but you have to be your own advocate. You have to be the one that says that you care more about your health than anybody else on the planet, right? So that's when I found Herbal Renaissance, and those teas have changed my life. They have changed my life. And I have been so remiss in promoting them. I think one was selfish. I wanted them all for myself. I wanted them to stay all to myself. I wanted Miss Jessica to stay only to me. But you can't hold back what God is doing, right? And Jessica has blossomed. Just in the last 3 years, her business has went boom, big. And I love it for her, right? I love my Herbal Renaissance, and I love being an affiliate for them. Just like I'm an affiliate for TLC, I'm an affiliate. And this is off topic, but I still say word of mouth is the best way of advertising products. That's why you have to really believe in what you're sharing, right? If I like a product, I'm a diehard for a product. Like I said, I've been using these products for 11 years. I've been drinking these teas for the last 3 years. So I only recommend what I know and I feel is a good product. If I don't talk about a certain product, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that I might not want to recommend it. But if I love a product, everybody and their mama gonna know about it. They gonna know about it. And because I believe in income streams, oh, I left that over there. Income streams, why shouldn't I be an affiliate? I use Instacart. I don't drive, so I get my groceries delivered. So guess what? I'm an affiliate with Instacart. Figure out how to be an affiliate with the things that you love. If you're going to recommend people to it, you might as well get some, might as well. I'm just saying. It was just a thought. Let me get back to why we're here talking about habits that that's kept me grounded, as well as might help you stay grounded. So we talked about our supplements. We talked about some routines. We talked about hydration. Now we need to talk about, what does my note say? Oh, rest. That's a shame when you cannot read your own handwriting. It's a shame. That's why I usually type stuff up, so I won't be over here going and, just crazy stuff. But yeah, we'll talk about rest later. But here's another thing that kept me grounded: having great purpose partners. And that's what I call them, purpose partners. You can call them, I wouldn't say business partners, because you can have business partners who ain't necessarily part of your overall purpose. Y'all just in the same line of business. But I call people who are purpose partners, people that are more than just a business partner, more than just even a family member. You know, my sister, I feel like she's my ride or die, but she's also a purpose partner. I push her to live in her purpose. She pushes me to live in my purpose. Sometimes she will text me about something to do or some video she found, and I'll be like, oh, I need this girl to go to bed. She is worrying me. But then I watch the video and I'll be like, oh, okay, that was good stuff. So, don't mind me. I just be tired. But we push each other, you know. Like I said yesterday, the sibling I told my mama I didn't need, but now we cool, right? Uh, and I call her my daughter in faith, Brianna. She pushes me, I push her. She'll say something encouraging, I'll try to encourage her, and we'll bounce ideas off of each other. I love it. Hey, Tiffany. Yay! Now, babe, y'all need to go follow Miss Tiffany, because she is the keeper of the hood. Sisterhood, brotherhood, womanhood. She all that and a bag of chips. Y'all go follow Miss Tiffany. I'm so glad that our lives didn't bump heads. Are you going to go live later, Tiffany, so I can make sure I come over there and support your live too? Purpose partners, people who see what God sees on you, and y'all push each other, you encourage each other. Being in her lives make me want to do my lives more. Watching her, I'm thinking, well, if Tiffany can do it and she funny and friendly, surely I can too. Maybe I can too. So she's encouraging, and her platform is so positive. So positive. I'm on my way home from, oh, that's right. You did say you were going to the theater with the kids. You are so right. I do remember you saying that. Okay, well, safe travels. DM me when you get in the house. Make sure you keep your head on the swivel, girl. I know you know. But yeah, I love having new purpose partners. That's the one thing that has kept me grounded this last year and a half. Well, no, I'm not going to even say that long. Since July of last year. God moved a lot of people out of my life, and they are flourishing and doing their own thing. But they weren't part of my purpose. And he's slowly but surely replacing them with the right purpose partners. That's the one thing I believe that will keep anybody grounded, when you're with the right group of people. And that comes with discernment. I believe Tiffany talked about that last night. Sometimes you got to sit back and watch people and see if you see what God is trying to show you. If God ain't trying to show you something about somebody, hey, how you doing? Okay, bye. Go on. But if God is showing you that that person has something in them that he's trying to do with them, and you can see, actually, more people see more on you than you see on yourself sometimes. Those are people you need to hook up with and push each other. Purpose partners. That's the main thing that has kept me going since July of last year. Having purpose partners. My pastor and first lady, they are my pastor and my first lady. They are my spiritual head, but they are my purpose partners. because they spoke life into me even before I spoke it to myself. They would say, well, why don't you do this? And I'm so glad you're doing that. And they hyped it up. And I'm like, why? Why, God? Why? Why? Because they're my purpose partners. Just like they feed into my purpose, I feed into their purpose. You know, people like this, right? So those are small habits that have kept me grounded in my journey of being healed from cancer and rebuilding my life. One step, one day, one habit, one routine at a time. Reciprocity. Exactly. If you're the person in a situation that's always giving, 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 and you not get nothing in return, you need to cut that loose. And when God cuts it loose, don't go back to it. Once he shows you, what does it say? Once you show me who you are, then that's who you really are. I know I'm not saying that right, but once you see how they really are, don't go back. Don't go back. You can love them from afar. You can feed them with a long handle spoon. You can still follow them. You can still like they post, but you don't have to really, really engage with it because they're not purpose partners. Reciprocity. And it may not come back the same. And again, Tiffany said, may not come back the same. You know, one of your purpose partners, you might actually financially seed into them, right? But how you seed back might be acts of service, creating them things and sending them stuff and ideas and encouragement. But the point is, you're both feeding into each other's purpose so that you're partners. Right? Now, let's get to rest. Rest is not to make you feel guilty. You have to rest. Your body requires rest. Rest is a form of worship because our body is our temple of God. He don't want to be going all the time. He wants to rest too. I talked about that either yesterday or today on the morning pour. Even Jesus stealed away just to rest and talk to God. So you don't have to feel guilty about deciding, I'm going to have a day of rest. I'm going to have a few hours of rest. I'm going to have a few hours of me time. The saying is, you can't pour from an empty vessel. Because it won't take but one wrong person to cross your path and you be just snapped on them. And then you be having to lay on your face, repenting from snapping on these people when all you had to do was go somewhere and sit down. So rest is good for your mind. Rest is good for your heart. Rest is good for your soul. And not that fake rest. Because, you know, as women, we know how to do a fake rest. Oh, I'm just resting. But you might be moving something from one spot to another, or doing your nails, or washing your hair. Rest. Go somewhere, sit down, read a book, listen to some music. We all have a sound machine or some type of diffuser. Turn the lights out. Just rest. Close your eyes. Tell your brain to shut up. Don't multitask when you're supposed to be resting. Okay? And for some who like journaling. Now, I'm not a big journaler. Do I sometimes journal a thought here and there in my planner? Yes. But some people are big journalers. Pages of journaling. I've not been a big journaler. But it's a form of a habit Getting all of that stuff, and I'm all for getting all the stuff out of your head. So I don't call what I do journaling, I call it a brain dump. When I feel like I have 50 million things going on in here, I just get a piece of paper or I get on my computer and I just free type, free write, just get it all out. It makes no sense whatsoever. And then sometimes I go through it and pick stuff out to do. Most of the time I just put it in the trash. I just need it out of my head so I can hear from God, because when it's cluttered up in here, you're going to miss an instruction from God. You might miss an opportunity. You might miss the small voice of discernment keeping you out of trouble. Don't go down this road, go down this one. Stay off of that street, go down this one. You might miss all of that. So those are some small wellness habits that I do to stay grounded. I hope something in there resonated with you so you can too stay grounded and clear. And I'm glad I got to share my good news with y'all. I am so excited. And part of me is so emotional about what God is doing. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And you can't tell everything. So I can't tell everything. I can't tell everything that we talked about during the fast. It'll all come around and it'll all come out. I'm learning that you don't tell everything because everything ain't for everybody. I don't even care if they're your purpose partner. Sometimes they don't need to know either. Not yet. Not yet. But I had a fantastic day. It didn't rain on me today while I was on the train. I didn't run into any strange people on the train. I was in and out the doctor's office. I had a nice lunch. I had a nice walk. Now, my knees might not agree with that nice walk, but I enjoyed the walk because it rained and stormed here yesterday. So everything was fresh. It's the trees smell good. The ducks were out by the little pond by the train station. I got to watch the ducks. Take time to stop and enjoy the small things too, because they could be gone in the blink of an eye. Ooh, that water good. I swig it down, but that might be rude. It might be. I think it would be. Anywho, that's what I wanted to share with y'all about small habits to stay grounded. Okay? Well, that's all I have for y'all because I'm tired. I did have a long day. I want to go rub my knees down again so that we'll be friends tomorrow, because I really need me and my knees to be friends, because they got to carry me to and fro, right? All right. Y'all rest well. Be safe. Talk to God before you lay your head down. Okay? All right. I'm out. Y'all be good. Later, Gators. Bye. I have the hardest time turning this off. Hold, please.